Welcome to Perched on the Top Shelf. I am the Perched correspondent, Justin Largito, and I am here once again with Hasbro custom creator, Chris Phantom. Chris, how you doing today?
Doing all right. How about yourself, Justin?
I'm good, man. As you know, very fucking tired, but I'm here.
Yeah, a little under the weather today myself, unfortunately, but we got Series 2 to talk about. Got to power through.
Oh, yes. And we've talked about Series 1, myself and Lee. We've talked about the tag teams, myself and yourself, last week. So when you take out the tag teams from Series 2, and I've kind of excluded them because I look at them as their own separate entity, their own separate series. But when you take them out of Series 2, this really isn't a large series, but I think it's still very good. Still a very strong lineup.
Yeah.
But let's get right into it. So let's start with pretty much the face of WWF Hasbros. We have the immortal Hulk Hogan. This
Yeah.
time he has the bear hug action.
Yeah, I really dig this action. I was a one-off just for Hogan, and it's just a really sweet looking figure. I wish this one would have had a bandana. I always thought that this one would have looked better as one of the ones with the bandana, but the tank top, the graphic on the tank top is awesome, and that action is just really cool. I actually used one of these to do a crush when I chopped the hands off of the Slam Hogan.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so I always love that action. I just wish that they would have done crush like that. So I went ahead and did one, but I love this Hogan. For as much as I wasn't a Hogan fan, his Hasbro figures were all pretty sweet.
Yeah, and we see Hogan 4 times throughout this line, and
Mm-hmm.
each figure is its own unique look for Hogan.
Well, five if you count the Malloy.
Right, 5 if you count the mill. I
And
didn't.
honestly, I think that Malloy is one of the top. If you can lump it in with the other ones, I would put it in the top five best looking Hasbro's. I absolutely love that.
I agree, and it's much different from every other Hogan we get in the line because it has the red tights. It has, well, this one has the yellow boots
Yeah.
too.
Also, something I noticed recently is the skin tone on that Malloy is a lot lighter than the other Hogans. Like the other ones gave him that realistic looking kind of orange spray tan skin tone that he's got here, and the Malloy was a much lighter skin.
Oh man, towards the end of the Hasbro line that they just stopped caring about the skin tone. Hogan goes
Yeah, no,
this
you're
like
right.
this hot dog colored kind of skin to like pasty
Yeah.
white. I don't know how that happens, but
But no, I love this figure. I always thought it was a great Hogan, awesome action, really cool action. Face mold looks great. Um, and again, I love the graphic on the tank top. It's just really nice.
I'll be honest, man. I think this might be my favorite Hogan Hasbro. I just
See, I like the Series 3, or the one that they repainted as the Malloy. I like the Series 3 just because it's got the bandana. The bandana's got this awesome graphic on it, another awesome graphic on the tank. So I think that I like that one a little bit more than this, but this action is by far the best action that they gave home.
right, and that I think that's what kind of puts it over the top for me is the action. I just think it's
Absolutely.
perfect. Like you,
Yeah, no, I wouldn't argue with you. That's
yeah, because I mean, yeah, it's the bear hug, but I look at it, it's Hogan in the studio flexing and everything. I think
yeah,
it's perfect. The
yeah.
head looks great and everything.
It's a great figure. Absolutely
Yeah,
love that one.
absolutely. But we can't talk about Hogan without talking about his counterpart around this time. We have the Macho King, Randy Savage.
Yeah, awesome figure, awesome accessories.
Iconic.
Series 2 had, I didn't realize this until I was pulling these out today. Series 2 had a lot of really awesome accessories. I think it was when Jake had the snake in Series 1 and Boss Man had the nightstick, but I think that they had more accessories in this line than in Series 1, and they really started to get into doing that. They really started to articulate the accessories and make them a bigger part of the figure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, they definitely went harder with it in Series 2, opposed to Series 1. I mean, look at the fucking crown and everything.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah, I
that
don't have accessories for my Macho King. The paint on the back of the trunks is in mint condition. I got a little nick on one of the stars, but other than that, I mean, my figure itself is in really nice shape. Yep, there you go. Nice. Very nice. Yeah.
I had to look at mine after you brought yours up.
Yeah. So, and I still got a couple decent stripes on the glasses. I honestly was not a huge fan of this figure as a kid. I didn't I didn't care about the accessories. Now I think it's a great figure. The Macho Man version of this one is was kind of a whatever
Yeah.
figure, but yeah, this is an awesome figure if you have the accessories, which unfortunately I don't yet, but I'll find them.
Yeah. So I brought up the crown. He also does have the scepter there as well.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So
I remember getting that one on card as a kid and being really excited that I had the full because I had a Macho King figure, that somebody gave me or whatever the case was. I don't remember, but
right.
I remember getting an actual card or figure on the card and being super pumped that I finally had a nice looking one with the accessories.
Absolutely. And he does have the clothesline action,
Yeah, it's
which
good action. I like the mold of those bodies. I like that action. I think last week we mentioned I like when they the double join the arm.
right. Yeah.
That was a great playability wise. That was a great figure. The Mister Perfect bodies mold was a great figure, but these ones were they just look good. All I think this was Razor's how they did Razor as well.
Yeah, Razor had the clothesline action on both
Yeah,
of his.
yeah. Just I mean they all came out looking really nice with that mold.
Yeah, definitely. And as you kind of brought up and alluded to, this is not the last time we see this mold or even this look for Randy Savage, but we'll get to that at another point when that series comes along, because it's not much different from this, unless you
No,
really stare at it.
not
But
really.
uh, and then we go to the next top guy in this line, or this series, I should say. We have our second figure of the Ultimate Warrior with the white, orange, and neon green look.
How's your nose on yours?
So I didn't really even pay attention to it until like Lee was here a few weeks ago when he came over for the Impact pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Uh, I do have a little bit of poop nose on it.
I'll get up close then. I
It's
got no poop.
not, yeah, it's
I
not
got a
too
whole no
noticeable.
poop warrior here. Yeah,
Oh
you got a little
shit,
poop.
man.
Yeah, no, this is the funny thing about the warrior is you're either gonna pay $10 or $50 for it. And there's really no in between. Because if you want one with no poop, it's $50 minimum.
Yeah,
Usually what it hangs out at is about $50, but this is another one. Last week we were mentioning iconic Hasbros. The Series 2 Warrior is I mean, it makes me want to. It makes me want to be a kid again. It makes me want to set up a match right now. It's a great figure, awesome warrior. Makes for an awesome custom. It's a versatile figure. It was playable. It looks great. I think it's the best warrior that they put out. There was three warriors or four.
I want to say there was only three.
I think it was only three. I'm sure Hogan made sure that he had more than one.
Warrior can't have more than me, brother.
Fucking chump. I hate him so much. Great figures though.
Oh shit. Yeah. He does have the press slam action, which I think is actually perfect for the Warrior.
Yep.
And I kind of wish they did that with the preceding one. I believe it's in Series 3.
Um.
Either Series 3 or Series 4. I know that.
Oh, the one after that was the purple one. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
purple.
that was series three.
That was Series 3.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah. This. I mean, again, this is like I said, one of the most iconic Hasbro figures that there is, and it is the best warrior in my opinion, in a lot of people's opinion. They kind of dropped the ball with that third one. The action is just not great, but this one is you
Yeah,
know, and I think that the series one, they got the action right too. I mean, we talked a little bit last week about jumpers. They kind of suck, but it made sense. He did that running shoulder bump, and
right.
it was playability wise. I knew what they were going. And again, here with this, it's the same idea. It was part of his finishing move, or it was part of his setup to do the gorilla press slam. And, I think it was one of the better figures, one of the better characters to use the gorilla press slam action with.
Right. And I think I like the look of the Series 3 figure more. But when it comes to like action and the mold, I think this is like perfect for Warrior.
It's
So,
tough, you know. I get what you're saying, and I almost want to agree with you, but it's just I have such an affinity for the Series 2 Warrior that
oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
can't fully agree, but I get what you're saying. I mean, it's a beautiful shelf piece, but it's not, playability wise, it wasn't the best. Those body molds were just strange.
Right. And even like, look, they went all out because you have the molding of the tassels on the boots and everything all the
Yep.
way around.
Yep.
Just,
Pain in the ass when you're painting those things up. Let me tell
I can imagine just kind of
you, it's
feeling
not fun.
this.
It's
Oh,
not fun.
it does not look fun. And then we go to his second figure in the line, the $1 million man Ted DiBiase with the green suit. And we brought this up last week where this action isn't used too much, but it's the Bushwhacker Butch or Bushwhacker Luke, whichever the fuck one it
Yeah,
is,
whatever. When I
whichever
don't
it
think anybody knows.
is. But it's the little kick, if that's even coming across. But yeah,
Yeah,
there
I
it
can see it.
is.
Do you have the belt for him or no?
I do. I believe I have a second title for him.
So I'm glad that you said that. I was gonna say, may or may not know that this one's a little bit bigger around the waist in Series One, they had to add three clasps or clasps on the strap or on the back of the strap.
Oh
So this
shit!
one's got nine clasps, and Series One only has six.
So there's
So
two molds of that title.
that's a good way. Yeah, yeah. So that's a good way to tell if you've got the proper belt for the right one.
Oh shit!
Just for anybody who may not have known, again, another thing I learned out of my book that we talked about last week. But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
I love this figure. I remember getting this one as well, and again, it was another situation where I was super excited to get the accessory.
Yeah, and that fact you said about the $1 million title, I honestly didn't even know about that.
Yeah, yeah, because I mean, I didn't either. I just wanted to, when I started collecting again, I wanted to make sure that all my accessories were originals, and so I was
Right,
learning as much as I possibly could. But then that I did not know about until I got that book, and I was flipping through that, and I was like, oh no shit, I didn't know that. But it makes sense, like I said, because this waistline is so much bulkier than the Series One.
right.
But I always preferred the look of this one to the Series One. As cool as Series One is, I just like the green suit more. And again, with Ted, they get the face mold really, really nice,
Definitely.
super accurate looking, and yeah, just a really nice looking figure. Great shelf piece, looks awesome with the belt accessory strapped on. So
Yeah. I think I've never noticed the difference with the $1 million titles because I'm so definitely afraid to even mess with those that strap and those hooks and everything.
yeah,
Like when I was doing the series one show, I was like really going slow and steady and God forbid this thing breaks.
right,
But moving on, we have actually I think everyone from here on out was first time in the line.
yeah,
So
yep.
now we have the Hot Rod, Roddy Piper, Kill Hot Rod t-shirt, elbow pads, boots, wrist tape, a whole 9 yards with Piper.
Classic,
Yeah.
classic Hasbro. It's another iconic. You think of this figure when you think of the Hasbro line. Love the T-shirt. I do wish that they would have done what the Mattel Retro did with the removable
Right.
kilt. Um, but it's better. I think it's better to have had the kilt on there than just to put them in trunks. So I mean, just a great looking figure. Maybe not the most playable, but it's an awesome figure. And Piper deserved to have one of the cool standout figures. I think so. I always love that one. I actually did a custom, I think two customs of that one. That's a fun one to work with too.
Yeah, and I now that I'm kind of thinking about it, I wonder if the reasoning behind just putting him in the shirt and the kilt was more because Piper's in-ring career had kind of winded down by this
Yeah,
point.
it was. He was doing
More
more of the Piper's
commentary.
Pit stuff at that point when he was still active. But I think this came out before Mania 8
Yeah, because
when
91,
he was.
so
Yeah, I mean
right before Mania 8.
so he still had a title run in him, but he was certainly winding down at least in WWF as far as in ring. But
Yeah. So that absolutely could be the reasoning behind it. Now that I kind of look at the date and when this came out and
Yeah,
everything.
I wouldn't have thought of that, but I mean that's a really strong theory for sure.
But I mean, shit, it still looks awesome with the kilt and everything.
Oh yeah, it's a great figure.
How do
Great
you
figure.
feel about the face? Because I'm kind of undecided
The
on it.
face is goofy. I mean, it kind of looks like him a little,
Yeah, if
but
you like squint, close your eye, turn your head.
it looks like Jack Nicholson more than it looks like Roddy Piper in The Shining. Man, look,
Oh, he's just got those crazy eyes where he's
yeah,
just staring right at you.
he looks like the Shining movie poster with Jack Nicholson popping out.
Oh, here's Piper.
Yep.
Oh shit. Uh, and yeah, he has the how would you describe that action?
I don't think mine works.
Mine barely works. Let me see
Yeah,
what it is on his
I don't
card.
remember what they call it. Piper Punch,
The
I think is
Piper
what it said
Punch.
on the box, and
Yep.
it's crazy that I remember that, but yeah, the Piper Punch.
Oh, it's a little uppercut. I've been doing it the wrong way the whole time.
Yeah, the T-shirt on this tends to yellow up a little bit. Mine is starting to. I've never had like a super nice
Yeah.
Piper. It's not one that I care that much about. This one's nice enough that it displays nicely, but that's the only thing with that figure is that for some reason, like, and the sleeves will stay white, but the torso like it yellows up.
And the IRS later in the line is this exact same way.
Yeah.
It's man, I don't know. I wish they could have found a way around that because now looking for an IRS at least is
Yeah,
it's
I've got a
a
nice
pain in the
one.
ass.
Yeah, I've got a pretty nice one. It's not, mint condition by any stretch, but it's nice enough. Just like this, this Piper is.
Right. With a lot of these, I'm a perfectionist, and it's like if I see even the slightest mark or the slightest scuff, I'm like, yep, nope.
Yeah, well, yeah, certain ones, absolutely. That's how I was with my Razor Ramones. Both of them, I refused to get them if they weren't mint with the chains. I wanted the whole things, and I wanted them to be really nice. So I know
So
what you're saying there.
I kind of want to get another Piper because somehow, like, if you look at the foot, it's warped, so it's hard for him to stand up straight.
Yeah, well, any of the ones that they did that stupid little heel thing with do
Oh,
that. Jim Neidhart's the same way.
my Rick Rude was like that for a long time till I got a new one.
Rick Rude.
Yep,
Oh, the series one?
Series One, yeah,
Really?
yep.
Does his foot go up like that?
So his was like more turned to the side,
Okay.
and it like completely messed up whatever kind of structure strength he had to stand up. And I'm like, to the point where I had to go on Facebook because I was so new to the Hasbro line and everything, and I was like, is this supposed to be like that or
Yeah.
like? And I actually had Brian Myers and Matt Cardona kind of at me and be like, "Nah, bro, you got to get a new one."
They would know.
But and here's a guy we talked about last week with the 2-packs. We have the Honky Tonk Man as a
Oh
single
yeah.
card release.
Yeah.
And there he is. He has the guitar, the blue and white jumpsuit. The face looks great.
Absolutely incredible figure. I love this one. I know I've said that about all of them, but it's true. With the accessory, this is one of the most unbeatable. Without the accessory, it's kind of whatever. But if you get one in really nice shape with the paint intact, it will pop. And you add the guitar to it, and it is has, it's every bit as iconic as the Series 2 Warrior or the Series 1 Macho Man or, anything else that we've talked about, or that you guys have talked about. This figure is phenomenal. I don't care that he's not in ring gear. I actually prefer this
Yeah,
because
I was gonna say I think it's better this way.
it gives him a lot more character than just being in the ring, in the ring gear with the tights. Even if they had given him the guitar still, I just don't think that the figure would have been as cool as it is. And you want to talk popping on a shelf, it doesn't get much better than this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love this figure.
Definitely. And let's see who we have next. So let's go a little old school, a little more old school than old school. And we
Well,
have Superfly,
I
Jimmy's.
knew that's where you're going. I don't have the flat top. I was trying to get him to stick up here.
Oh man.
I don't have the flat top.
It's all good. I don't have the flat tops either on my ring.
We got it.
What I put them on the steps on my
We got it. He's up there. It's gonna fall.
Oh shit.
No, no, it's a
But
cool
yeah,
figure. It's a cool
yeah.
figure. It's not one of my favorites. It's I don't think it's one of anybody's favorites, but everybody had it. It's like we were talking about the Rockers last week. Everybody had it. It wasn't a hard one to find or anything like that. It was cool. Um, I made the mistake last week of saying that Hawk was the only acceptable jumper. I think that if anybody should have been a jumper, it's
Jimmy
probably
Snuka.
Superfly Jimmy Snuka.
You gotta have the Superfly splash.
Yeah, yeah. So I was wrong on that one, but yeah, I mean, as far as the jumpers go, it's got to be it's right up there with Hawk, right? I mean, as far as the best one.
Oh, definitely. And I think this is, if you're gonna make a Jimmy Snuka Hasbro, this is the perfect way to go about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's
You
I've
got the
seen some
hands and
customs of
everything.
what's that?
You got the hands and everything.
Oh yeah, no, I love that. I love that. I've seen some custom Snukas that people have made that are like really really cool that aren't jumpers. Um, but like I think you just nailed it on the head. If you're gonna make a Jimmy Snuka Hasbro, this is it.
Yeah, definitely. And you got the leopard print design, the trunks, the knee pads, the little wraps around the ankles there, bare
Yeah,
feet.
they did a really nice job detailing the figure. Like I said, it's for a jumper, it's very attractive. It makes a lot of sense. Even the face is pretty decent on it. You know what I mean? A lot of people
Yeah.
rip on the Jimmy face, but like really, I think they did an okay job of that. I always thought Jimmy Snuka was a series one.
Yeah. Definitely a good figure for Jimmy Snuka.
Yeah,
Uh, but let's get a little patriotic next
there we go.
because, and of course I didn't have it in his hand. Uh, we have Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
The one and only. I've seen this man perform at 3 out of the 4 house shows that I've ever gone to, and the last time I saw him perform, I was 23. So like 2007. And funny story, I brought my little brother and my little cousin who were like 13 and 11 at the time. And my cousin said, "Hey, thanks for bringing us. I know that you don't really watch wrestling anymore." And I was like, "I just don't know who anybody is." I
Right.
swear to God, that sentence wasn't out of my mouth before his music hit. And they're looking at me like, "Who the hell is this?" And I was like, "Oh no, shit! This is Hacksaw Jim Duggan."
Oh
So I
shit.
saw him. I saw him perform when I was 8, when I was 9, and then again when I was 23. So man had longevity. He had a couple of really awesome Hasbros in the line, and I think he deserved them.
Yeah, I think I'd really have to think about it, but I've definitely seen Jim Duggan perform live. The only one that comes to mind, I saw him face Eugene at a house
Oh
show in like
God.
late 2006.
Yeah, that might have been, something along. I don't think. See, I think I would have remembered if it was a Eugene match, but and I don't think it was.
This
But
this was when they turned Eugene heel for like a month and then they went back.
they turned Eugene. I can't. We can't get into that. I'm gonna
Yeah, they
go.
had to turn on Jim Duggan and they had a feud for a few weeks.
Good
Uh,
lord.
yep. So, like I said, he has the 2x4. He has the thumbs up too, which is
Yep.
perfect.
Yep. The thumbs up is awesome. I love the accessory. I'm not gonna move mine because for some reason he doesn't like holding it, so I got it in his hand. Nice. See, is yours sliding down too?
Mine's pretty sturdy in place.
I had to like twist it and then it stayed, but same with the guitar. They didn't want to stick to it.
Yeah, the guitar, just forget it. That's just gonna be hanging the whole time.
Yeah.
But you have the Jim Duggan face, which I think is perfect, just cross-eyed, looking off to the side.
Yeah. No, it's great. I want to show you something real quick too. Actually, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
you've seen it
absolutely.
before, but just something that I did with a Series One Duggan from the SummerSlam 1989.
Oh shit, nice.
Yeah, this was fun. It was a quick project too. It was one of my favorite ones that I've done, honestly,
That's
because
awesome.
it's just kind of a spur of the moment thing, and I did it really quickly, and it came out pretty nice. But Duggan doesn't look like something you can do a whole lot with, and I've actually done 2 pretty cool figures with
I mean,
him.
yeah,
And
it's a
when
pretty
you add the
basic
accessory,
figure.
again, it's like we were saying earlier with the Macho King. When you add the accessory, it turns a pretty plain figure into a pretty cool looking figure.
Definitely. And he's kind of got the molded chest hair too. It's just not painted. No, I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of strange looking, but
but yeah, there's Jim Duggan, blue tights, black boots, black or excuse me, blue knee pads. Uh, first Royal Rumble winner and everything. And I don't even think I mentioned it, but he has the kind of smash action. I don't even know what the hell
I
they
thought that was a good action for Duggan.
the hack attack they called it on the card.
All right.
Oh boy, that is they come up with some fucking interesting names for these actions, man.
Certainly do.
The retro they came out with Nikolai Volkov recently through Mattel. The action was Nikolai Kickalai, and me and Lee had a good
No.
laugh about that. I swear to God.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I don't know if I've ever seen Nikolai Volkov perform a kick, but
No. No.
uh, and then we go to I'd say it's probably the holy grail of this series going forward, and even today,
Yeah.
because even if you try to get them loose or mint on card, it's just a pain in the ass for some reason.
And on card you can forget about.
Right, Lee is still looking for a Dusty mint on card, I believe.
Nope. He's got it.
Oh, he does have it. Perfect.
Yeah, he got it. It was the last
It,
one he needed.
it took him a long time. I remember that.
Yep.
Yep. But we have the American Dream, baby. Dusty Rhodes with the polka dots and the yellow.
It's the winner, right? Of series two. It's got to be.
I I would probably say yes, looking at
So
everything.
I had Dusty in this collection at one point. Had to get rid of a few figures a couple months back as my car was being a scumbag. So Dusty went bye bye. I got to get another one, but I have a really funny story about my original Dusty.
Oh boy.
Especially when you consider that if you want one in nice shape right now, you're going to pay 75, 80, maybe even $100 for it. So I was probably like 10, and I was at my church's yearly summer bazaar, and I won Dusty for 50 cents playing ring toss, and that was how I got my original Dusty Rhodes. And Dusty was kind of our. I don't know if you remember us discussing last week how hard it was to get the Nasty Boys and to find Andre. So
Right.
Dusty was kind of our consolation prize for Andre in the same sense that LOD had been our consolation prize for not finding Nasty Boys. So just the idea that I got my first Dusty for 50 cents and now it would cost $80 probably minimum to get another one.
I would fucking love a Dusty Rhodes Hasbro for 50 cents.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy, but it's just another example of me wanting to kick myself in the ass for getting rid of my original collection to begin with.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, he's got the polka dots, he's got the cowboy style boots with the white and the yellow.
Awesome paint job. Everything about this figure is perfect.
Right.
Great looking dusty face. They got the big, almost Andre size hand coming at you. You know what I mean? He's that's a great figure, and I understand why it's so desired and so hard to find a good one, and people don't want to sell the ones that they have because it is an awesome early figure.
Yeah, definitely. And I just showed my action is just fucked on this one. I'm not even gonna attempt it.
Yeah, no, I've bought and sold a couple Dusties that have just terrible actions on them, but I picked them up knowing the people needed them, and if I find one cheap or whatever, I'll grab it just because I know people are out there looking for them. So in the event that I do find them cheap, the arm is always dead.
Yeah, the arm, I don't know why. It's just every single Dusty now, the arm is just fucked.
Well, 32, 31 years old now.
Yeah.
Series 2 is so.
And another thing to point out, another case of the molded wrist tape but not painted for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah, they did that a lot, man.
I
This
don't know why.
Macho King that we just talked about is the same way.
The tongue isn't painted on the Dusty head either.
Tongue isn't painted on Duggan's head either.
Yeah, Duggan definitely isn't.
Because I did a Duggan for actually I did an '88 Rumble winner Duggan for Lee, and it made all the difference to go in there and do the teeth and the tongue. It really made the face pop a little bit more.
Well, here's the thing. It looks like they did paint the teeth a little bit on the Duggan, but for some reason they just said, no, we're not doing the tongue.
Yeah, which makes it look goofy.
It's, oh, I mean, okay, whatever gets these figures out faster, I guess, but
I mean, I'm sure that's what they were thinking.
yeah. But hey, Dusty Rhodes. I think we're all in agreement that this is the best one of Series 2.
I mean, it's either that or Warrior, right? But it's got to be Dusty.
Yeah, the Dusty is just, so hard to come by, so iconic now.
And I mean, that's another thing with this series in particular. I would. Everybody's going to have their own opinion. If somebody told me they thought that Hogan or Honky Tonk or even like $1 Million Man or Macho King, somebody might be a huge Piper fan. If you could tell me any one of these guys was your favorite of Series 2, and I wouldn't argue with it.
Oh yeah, if somebody said, the Honky, the Piper, the Macho King was their favorite, I can't argue with that. I
No,
mean,
no.
all of them are great figures.
No, I mean, because you could make an argument against Dusty, a solid argument against Dusty with any one of these other figures in this line. But
Yeah,
I do think Dusty is probably the winner.
yeah, just from how iconic the figure is and everything, I think that's just
Yeah,
takes the whole thing here.
yeah.
In this set, which one is your least favorite, or you think they could have improved on?
So I don't want to say Macho King. They did a nice job with the accessories, and at the time, that's what he was doing. And I really don't want to say Duggan or Snuka, but I guess I'm gonna have to say Piper, and that sucks because Piper was my boy, but it's just kind of a red and white blob of a figure to look at. It doesn't really look that great on a shelf. It's just, I don't think it's one of the more attractive figures in the line. I think they definitely, like you said, could have done more and could have done a better job.
Yeah, and I kind of want to say Macho King only because we've seen the Macho King wear like, more elaborate attire, more colorful and
Sure,
everything.
they could have certainly done more, but I do like the idea of an accessory, removable accessory, and then ring gear ready figure.
Right.
You know,
Man, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I might have to say the Piper.
it's just Snuka just makes too much sense as a jumper, and with the hand, they did a really nice job with it. I might have, I mean, I probably would have said Snuka, but it's a better figure than Piper's. Piper deserved better.
Yeah, absolutely. And we talked about it, it would have been nice to have the kilt and the shirt removable, but at this time, 1991, like you weren't seeing stuff like that on figures.
No, no, and like we said last week, it's I'm not gonna turn around and say, oh, this figure sucks because the kilt wasn't removable. I just got done complaining about people who complain about the LOD figure, so I'm
Right.
not gonna be that guy. But I just think that all over, I mean, this from top to bottom, this figure could have been better, and that they owed Piper a better figure than this. He's
Definitely.
he basically he looks like a manager if they had made him.
Right.
He doesn't look ring ready. He looks like he's about to host Piper's Pit.
Right. And that's kind of how I was looking at it earlier,
Yeah,
and trying to justify that at least.
right.
But this has been episode 3, but series 2 of the Hasbro line for Perched on the Top Shelf. Chris, thank you for joining me today. Is there
Of
any
course.
any kind of social media you'd like to plug? Anything?
Just the same one that we talked about last week. Q's Hasbro Customs on Instagram. I haven't posted anything in a minute because I haven't been able to work on anything in a minute. And what I am working on right now, I can't tell anybody about until Saturday because
Ooh.
he's a listener and it's his birthday present. So
Ooh.
I'm keeping everybody in the dark on this one. I'm very excited about it. I will tell you though when we go off.
Okay. Yeah, Chris is following the spoiler-free gimmick here on Perched on the Top
That
Rope.
is true. Absolutely.
But speaking of Perched on the Top Rope, you can find us wherever you listen to your podcasts, whether it be Apple, Red Circle, Podbase, Spotify, Audible. We are everywhere. You can catch us here on Perched on the Top Shelf every Wednesday, as well as the main show every Friday. Our social media, you can find us on Facebook at Perched on the Top Rope. You can find us on Twitter on Perched Top Rope because Perched on the Top Rope is too long. And Instagram, Perched on the Top Rope. or excuse me, we are Perched Top Rope Podcast on Instagram because Perched on the Top Rope is too long. You can find us on Twitch at Perched on the Top Rope, as well as TikTok, where you can find Selena scenes of the greatest moments in professional wrestling, such as Zack Ryder winning the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 32. And if you disagree, then fuck you.
Straight like that. Straight like that.
You can catch myself on YouTube at In Justin We Trust, where I vlog about all my professional wrestling experiences and all my shows that I go to. Upcoming is AEW Dynamite in Bridgeport, Connecticut, as well as Full Gear in New Jersey, Survivor Series in Boston, even Raw in my hometown of Albany, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Perched on the Top Shelf. You can catch us next week with Series 3 of the Hasbro line. And remember, if it's not in a case, then you don't have the chase. We're out.